Man, the rain gon' come, ain't no money when the drought hit. Hustle out of town on the road, gotta get it in my mind. I'ma hit a rob, everything moving, live my life like a champion. Winning, not losing, and I came to this conclusion. I'm a goddamn dog. Had a girl on that basic shit, bitch, get lost. I'm a floss, this is protocol. I don't stop at red lights. I ain't spending no cheese, hope, get your mind right. Got me running out of time.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Bezel Report. My name is Spook. Call me Chris Spook. It don't matter. But what the Bezel Report is, what I'm making this stuff for, is this is for my people. When I say people, I'm talking about black. I'm talking about black, white, Chinese, Spanish, whatever. Poor people, like people that's down and out. Man, I'm just trying to teach y'all little hustle tricks or whatever, little stuff I actually did. Flip your bread the legal way though. You know what I mean? Like, say there's people sitting on bread right now and they're doing dumb shit with their money, like probably buying fucking Jordans or just doing dumbass shit, just doing dumb stuff. When there's like all type of little good stuff they could, legal ways they could flip their bread. And my first episode is going to be about the car flip. Now, being that it's tax season, everybody listen. When it's tax season, when everybody get that bulk ass money, first thing they want to do is buy a car. That's the first thing. Like, it's like, damn, they can't wait to get that money to somebody else. Like, the money burning a hole in their pocket. So I'm going, cause like I said, I had I sold cars, got a dealership license and all that, dealer's license and all that. But what y'all need to do, cause a lot of y'all want to go ahead and go get one car for probably 6,000-7,000, or the worst y'all could do. Like, I don't understand people that do this. The worst y'all could do is go ahead and get have car payments or whatever. Like, go to the dealership, put a couple dollars down, and have a car note and all that. Like, I don't understand that. But say you getting a lot of y'all getting some bread. Like, say you getting 6,000-8,000 and stuff, in return or whatever. Why not get two cars? Like, for real, I'm gonna teach you how you can go ahead and buy Go ahead and buy 3 cars with that 6,000-8,000 if you do it the right way. If you do it the way I'm about to show y'all. You know what I mean? You could go ahead, sell 2 of those cars. Go ahead, get that whatever. Like, say you spent 8 on 3 cars. Go ahead and get that 8 back off of them 2 cars you sold. You riding around in the 1 car, boom, and then go do it again. Now you got a little side hustle. You flipping cars. But I'm gonna teach you all that, man, because this is stuff I actually done. Now I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and put the timestamp in it if you don't want to go, because I gotta tell you how I got started in this and everything. But I'm gonna put the timestamp in it to where if you want to just go ahead and learn exactly what to do to get that money. But I'm gonna let y'all know how I got started. So I say we was about 18, 19. Me and my homie M.I. Shout out to M.I. and shit. But I don't know how we got put on to the City Pound auction, but this is another piece of game. They have a City Pound auction every month, the last Wednesday of the month. Every month, the last Wednesday of the month, a City Pound. Like, say your car get towed by the police or whatever, or just a little piece of car that been sitting on the street or whatever, it gets towed and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, they tow it to the City Pound. Then if after it sits for so long, they auction it off the last Wednesday of every month. So boom. So I don't know how we got hip to it, but we started going down there, start getting cars. Like, our money was low, but we was hitting cars and stuff though. And if we had real bread, oh man, we'd cleaned up. Like I said, we was 18, 19 back then. So, and a lot of times we get the cars, we wouldn't even have no money to get it towed back, because a lot of times they won't have the keys to the car, you know what I mean, because they just towed it or whatever. But they sell the car or whatever. Like, we drive it, but one time we sold a beater. Like, we probably bought this car for $1. it was a fucking Cougar 3-cylinder. Like I ain't never heard of no 3-cylinder, but it was a 3-cylinder. We sold it to his cousin for hey yo, we sold it to him like it was the best brown weed I ever smoked. But like sold him for 4 ounces of that shit. And the car ain't even run or nothing, ain't start. He had to tow it out of there. That's how fucked up it was. But yeah, that's how we got started though. We would go down to the auction, go ahead, get cars and stuff. We would drive them. I had a lot of cars too, but I never had nowhere to store them. So they would end up getting towed and going back to the damn pound and stuff. But if I, I had a lot of cars that just went to waste because, like I said, we were bound, but I wouldn't have me myself. I wouldn't have had no money to get them fixed. And back then I didn't know how to work on cars, so I just let it sit and let it get towed. But so you go down there or whatever, you go down to the city pound, you go ahead and get the car. You bid on a car just like a regular auction. You ever see auctions on the TV? You bid on a car, whatever. Then you get it. They give you, they give you the little paperwork, and then you get the title, like after a couple, whichever. But I'm gonna teach you how. Like if you go that way, if you go about it that way, make sure make sure you have somebody that's gonna tow it back. Cause 9 times out of 10, you might not have the key, but not like they have. I don't know if they do it now because it used to be like when I moved back to Pittsburgh, I was staying out West Virginia and shit. But when I moved back to Pittsburgh, I went down there because that was going to be my hustle because I had a tow truck. I was going to, tow people's cars about it or when they bid on it. But they moved it to, I think, towards Bell Silver, stuff like that. But they have a locksmith there. I don't know if they still do it because I haven't been there, but they'll usually have a locksmith because a lot of times you won't have the keys to the car. So just always have enough money for a locksmith or a tow. Because a lot of times you got to think, them cars been sitting there. Always bring tools too. Because it just might be something simple like the battery needs charged. You know what I mean? But another thing I always tell people, once you get that car, man, make sure you get the oil change. That's the first thing you do. Like, I wrote notes down like, I want to give y'all this game. So, but that's just, off top, like a lot of people don't know this. Like, once you get a car, first thing you do before you trick it out, a lot of people as soon as they get the car, they want to put rims, sounds in it. I don't even know if people even ride around with sounds. Like that shit is crazy to me, just to even think about. But first thing you do when you get a car, you gotta get the oil change. Get the oil change off top. I don't care, you get it from the dealership, whoever. First thing you do, get the oil change. But anyway, so okay, now I'm going down to the pound. Like, it's basically cut and dry like that. You bid on a car, you get the car. Boom. Plain and simple. Now, if you want to, that's the cheap way. You could get a little decent car or whatever from down there. And then you could get a couple cars. Like I said, you got a couple dollars. You could outbid a couple people. You know what I mean? Boom. And if you got a mechanic or you got some mechanic skills yourself, go ahead, fix them up real quick, flip them cars. Like you might have bought a car for like $1,500. This the type of stuff I did. $1,500, go ahead and flip it for double. But that's the auction hustle, like the city pound auction hustle. Now another hustle is out Clarksburg, out West Virginia, they had something. I heard it would be called the penny saver, but out there it was called the bulletin board. Yeah, it was called the bulletin board. So, they have a list for the cars and everything. So, boom, I would look in. That's how I first got started after, I did a little time, whatever. But I got out and, I'm always in the car. So, that's what I did at first. So, I saw a little cheap red, I don't know what type of car, Dodge Stealth or some shit. So, I bought it for $750. So, what I did, I put the price up. I just wanted to make a 50% profit. So, what? $750, half of 753, what? 13 something, like about 13, 14, you know what I mean? So I marked it up for 1,400. Somebody came, boom, like that, and they got it. Now, boom, I just made, what, a $300 profit. Shoot, I don't care, it's a profit. So I started doing that for a while, started going into the little bulletin board, getting little cheap cars, then mark it up 50%. Boom. Making a little flip. So one day I was walking, and I'm walking past this little car lot, like a little little custo. One of my old custos used to have this car lot. He ain't have it no more. Somebody else had it. So I'm walking past. I see somebody coming out of it, and so I stepped to the dude. I asked the dude. I was like, "Yo, what's up, bro?" Like I was like, "How much would you charge me to go to the auction with you?" You know what I mean? He was like, "Nah, this is my dad's shop." I was like, "Oh yeah, oh okay." Like, what's your dad's number? I think he gave me his dad's number or whatever. I don't know how it happened, but this was in 2014. But I ended up getting in contact with the dude, and he was up there like, "Yo, all you gotta do is hand me 100 off of each 1,000." Now, what it means is every 1,000 I spend, I gotta pay him 100, and then but still I still have to get the paperwork through him and all that, so he could mark all that. I'm gonna teach you about that, but that's the hustle right there. So now I got a car lot plug. So now every they had an auction down there every Monday in West Virginia. So I go down there every Monday and bid on cars and stuff like that, and then pay him. So the first car, since I got a nice little Cadillac SRS whatever, but I drove on that. And but after that I start getting cars and flipping them, like start buying little cheap cars. And this is how I do it right here. So say I would get little cheap cars, like probably like under 17 and under maybe. So say I get a car, let's just say I get a car for $13.50 from the auction. The auction, they put their little taxes on it or whatever. Then you gotta pay his tax, so you gotta add all that extra in. And then so say, okay, he wants 100 off of that, whatever. Then they whatever. So you add that, then you double it. So say all together with taxes and the fees or whatever, I pay $1,800. So if I pay $1,800 to come out straight, that's what, $3,600. So what I would do, because y'all already know, everybody want to barter with you. Everybody want to try to talk you down. So my target price is $3,600. So if my target price is $3,600, I'm marking it up to like $4,500. Cause like everybody's gonna talk you down. I don't care what it is. They all gonna try to talk you down. So once they, boom, I got it for $4,500, and they be like, oh, we going back and forth. Little do they know, like it goes down to, now the price. Well, look, I only got boom 36. Bingo. I like, give them like, man, go ahead, I'll let you get it. He just don't know, or he or she don't know. They just hit my target price. I done flipped my money. I done doubled my money. So, that's how you do it that way. But the main thing is, like, I'm going to tell y'all this. The main thing right now, find you a car dealership dude. Get cool with a car dealership guy that's going to take y'all down to the auction. You might have to pay him a couple dollars or whatever. And boom, go ahead and, pay the little fee. And if you got like eight, 9 grand to spend, don't buy one car. Please don't buy one car, man. Get like 2 or 3. You could get 2 or 3 at the dealer's auction. Not no regular auction, probably at the dealer's auction. And it's tax time right now. So there's, that's another thing during tax time. Like them sharks to be down, or like it's gonna be flooded with people, because they know tax time. Like everybody want to buy a car. Everybody want to try to get a car. But don't get one car. Go ahead, get you a dealership. Like right now, like I'm gonna have my email. I'm gonna have, after the video, it's gonna be in the description or whatever. I'm gonna have my email in the description. I'll give you my number or my contact or whatever. You gotta email me though. You can't don't text me, don't do none of that. You have to email me. But like I said, but you're gonna be able to flip this money. But the price I'm gonna charge you is $400 to go down to the auction, because like I said, I got my dealer's license, and then I'm plugged in with a dealer. I got my dealer's license in West Virginia, but I got a dealership dude that's willing to do that. But the price is gonna be $400. Like I'm off top. I'm gonna charge you $400. But if you're really serious, like I said, my email is gonna be in the description. Go ahead and email me, and I'll put you on that stuff. But I'm gonna tell you this about this. Like if you do that, if y'all ever into selling cars, y'all like that's what y'all want to do. First thing I'm gonna tell y'all what you gotta do. Like I know I'm all over the place first episode, but first thing you do when you going down to the auction, first thing you do, look under the car. Cause like I said, I learned this the hard way. Look under the car, and you look for rust. Like look for rust under the car. First thing you do when you go looking at a car, it might look nice on the outside. Look, cause I got like that for like 3 cars, man. Like down there like 6,500. Like I spent like for 3 cars, I probably like got it for like 6,500, maybe a little, cause a lot of them was pretty cheap. But they was some shit basically. So I lost money no matter what the fuck it was. But I lost money. But always when you go to the auction, or if you just buying a car, period. If you just buying a car, period. Always look under the car first. Look under, cause you know we live in Pittsburgh, West Virginia area or whatever, where it snow a lot. Then the salt, you know, they put salt in the street, and that salt eats up the car. It eats up the car real bad, so it rusts out a lot. So always first thing you do when you look at a car, go get a car, look under it, see if it's rusted or not. Second thing you do, cause at the auction, you know they got the keys in it. Like at the dealership auction, they got the keys in all the cars at the dealership auction. So at the dealership auction, you could start up the car or whatever. You can't. I mean, I do though, because I know what's going on. But I drive that motherfuckers. I drive them around the thing. Like act like I drive them around. They ain't paying attention to that. But most of the time, cause I get there early, so I'm trying to look at all car. Okay, see what car I'm gonna get. See, you know what I mean? So But first thing you do, the second thing you do after you check for the rust, make sure it goes in forward and reverse. A lot of them, like not a lot, but a couple of them cars, like a lot of these caddies, a lot of them wasn't going in reverse. I think I had I didn't buy it, but I got into a Explorer. Like all them little old Explorers, like I say from 2006 to 2010 maybe. Like the running boards is where you step up to get in the car. A lot of them be rusted out. Like a lot of them Explorers, no good, no bueno. Like I don't, you know what I mean? But a lot of them, but they go cheap because everybody know they rust out. So I don't know what it is, but the running boards and the doors, like at the bottom of the doors, they all rust out. Like they all be rusted out. But a couple of them, like the trannies, be going in them real quick though. Like in them escorts and a lot of them Fords, is just like a lot of them older Fords is no good. But always check, make sure it goes in drive and make sure it goes in reverse. Like that's one of the main things to look for. But other than that, just you're going to, no matter what, when you get something from the auction, you're not going to know exactly what's wrong with it. Versus if you buy a car, say, you buying a car from me that I drive every day, or some from anybody that they drive every day, they're going to tell you exactly what's wrong with it. That's the cons of going to the auction. You might get something cheaper, but you don't know exactly what's wrong with it. So you might be buying somebody else's problem, but you know what I mean? That's the only con I could say that's with going to the auction or whatever. But that's the main, like that's what you should do. Like find you somebody that that's cool with a dealership dude, just like I said, go up to a dealership dude that you think you could talk to. If you had to gift the gab, be like, man, look here, I'll pay you such and such, man, take me to the auction, woo woo woo, because I'm trying to flip my money or whatever. Like I don't care what type of car lot dude they is. Like I mean, for the most part, I be kind of cool. Like I'm not trying to kill nobody's pocket, but at the same time I'm trying to get my money. But a lot of motherfuckers, they might try to tax you. Just fill it out. You gotta judge somebody. You gotta, what I mean. But just go to a dealer. Go find you a little car, little one of them little regular used car dealership dudes. Go to them and stuff, man. Be like, yo, man, I'm trying to go to the auction with you. How much would you charge me? So I'm gonna look at cause like I said, I don't want to miss anything. But that's another thing. Bring your tools. Bring tools with you, cause like I said, like everybody ain't gonna be able to do this. But you might need a battery. Bring a battery. Sometimes this is what I do. Sometimes I'll take a battery from one of them other cars that just been sitting there. Like sometimes it work. Like, you know what I mean? Like say your car might run at the auction, but you just might need a battery. Shit, I take a battery out of another car. You know what I mean? So let me see if I'm missing anything. But okay, now this is what I was gonna tell y'all too. Now say you really want to get into the car lot business. You want to get into it. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all this. If you really want to get into it, this is one. Okay, I made it, like I said, when I first got into it, you always make mistakes. I love making mistakes because I learn from them. Like, I don't, you know, it's a given. You gonna make, first time you do anything, you're gonna make a mistake. Just like filming. When I got into filming, it's like a passion now to me. So if I make money, I do. If I don't care, because I like doing it. So with this, I made a mistake on this. Like, I was actually, you know, a partner with the car lot dude. I handed on a couple of dollars. We partnered, whatever. He taught me the game though. Like, he charged me a decent amount just to be his partner and shit. But I learned, so it was money well spent. But what I wish I would have did, what I'm going to, because I'm going to get another car lot down here in Pittsburgh, well, up here in Pittsburgh. But get 5 references. Now I'm gonna explain to you why 5 references. But you know, when you first tell the people, yeah, I need 5 references. Get 5 good ass references. They mom, they sister, they baby mom, anything. Like, make sure you get 5. No less than 5. Get 5 references. Now I say that because when it come time to pay, see, I would do this. Buy here, we was doing buy here, pay here. So, like I said, say I buy a car for $1,700. Now I'll mark it up. You know, I'll mark it up to what, $3,400. That's double the price. I'll mark it up to $3,400. I mean, that would be my target price, $3,400. So I would, out of $3,400, like I said, again, I'll hit them up with the 45. I'll put the 4,500 price tag on it. So, you know, they'll try to top me down, whatever. Now, during the tax time, buy here, pay here, they only got so much, so I need half. So just say they had the 40, they gonna pay the 45. Like I had Expedition, and I marked it up to 5,000. I think I got it for like 2,300. It was clean too, but excuse me, I marked it up to 5 stacks. Dude, boom, he was happy. He was good because it was clean. It was good. It was a good ass car for real. So it was good for 5,000. But okay, so now I said 50% down, no matter what. But next time when I get another car lot, I'm gonna do 65% down. I'm gonna do 65% down because I want more of my money. But okay, now he put 50% down on 5,000. Now, bang, I already got my money back from what I paid for the car. Boom, win. That's a win. Well, it's an even break, but it's a win because I got my money back. You know what I mean? You gambling, boom, boom, boom. You lose and come back, get your money back. You win. I don't care. So now he's making, now what I would do, make payments $200 a month. 50% down, $200 a month. Now, you know, I got his address or whatever, but I didn't do the 5 references. But, you know, during payment time, he was on time for twice. You know, sometimes you got to call these people because, you know what I mean, if you don't call them, they act like they don't pay. But knowing you got an obligation to pay every month. So, yeah, whatever. So, boom. So, I say about the 3rd month, I got to keep calling this dude. So, he paid that month. Then the next month, I called him, no response. But I know where he lived because I'm driving past her. That's what type of stuff I be on. But I'm riding past him. I had a couple of them that never was on time. So I ride past, make sure the car's still there, whatever. And then I'm going to put y'all down. Like I said, you got to email me for this next little trick I did. But you got to put it in the email for if you really want to be in this car business. Like, this is the jewel. Like, this the game to be sold. Like, this stuff is free. But like I said, I'm going to put you down with the car lot plug in Pittsburgh. He's definitely, there's no question about it because he's a fucking greedy. He's greedy. So he's going to definitely take you for this little bit of bread. But you're going to come out better than going to a car lot. Because like I said, you're going to get that same car that you could have got from the dealer's auction. They're going to charge you like $5,000 when you could have got it at the dealer's auction for like what? $2,300. So, but I'm gonna put you, like I said, you have to email me. But I'm gonna put you, if you want to be selling cars, I'm gonna put you down with this one trick. But you gotta email me for this one trick. So anyway, so they wasn't responding. Now, the thing is about the auction, sometimes you get 2 sets of keys. So now when you go to repo, like I'm an actual dealership, you know what I mean? I actually am a dealership. Got my dealer license and everything, so I can repo they shit. But I don't know what the law is, how long you gotta wait in Pennsylvania, but I know in West Virginia you gotta wait 10 days till non-payment, then you could go take the car. Now they already got what? They paid me what? 2 months. So 25, 6 times 25, that's 31. So they already got 3,100 in his car. Now they didn't pay me that month, and it's been 10 days. So bang, I took their car. Well, I took my car because it's not paid off. It's still in my name, but it's still liened out. You know what I mean? They still have a lien on it. You know what I mean? What a lien is, it means you have to pay everything off before it's actually yours. You know, a lot of people don't know what a lien is. So, bang, so I took the car. So I called them. It was like I took the car exactly at 12 midnight the 10th day. So I called them. I texted them. I said, yo, like, you can only get the car back if you pay me in full. Now, what? I said I charged him $5,000 for the car, and he already got 31 in it. So let's say, boom, 31. So he's 19. He owed 1,900 on it. He owed 1,900 on it. So I said, cuz, like I said, you have to give me 1,900 plus I didn't tow it, but you know, cause I had a tow truck, but he didn't know I didn't tow it. So I said plus the tow fee and storage fee. I probably charged $200 for the tow fee, and maybe I marked up like the storage fee for like $25 a day. I don't know how long you get it, but he, you know, he said he ain't want it, whatever. But he did. He ended up getting it later. But once you repo somebody's car, take all their stuff out. You know, take all their personal stuff out. You know, give it to them. Make sure you get your keys back from them. You know, I always hid the car though, cause you know they still got the extra key. They could just take it and whatever. You know, that bull crap. So that's what I did. But another person though, I had to repo their car. Like again, I'm calling them. Boom. They like, oh yeah, like whatever. They weren't responding. So, like I said, I put a tracker on it. Like the people that I know is on some iffy stuff that don't be playing with that money. Like before payment, I'll go and put a tracker on their car. I'll let y'all know what type of tracker to get, but y'all gotta email me for it. But I put a GPS tracker on their shit. So here we go. Once again, it was 10 days. They didn't pay me. Okay, waited to the 10th day. You know, I'm tracking them the whole time. Like, these are some good trackers. Like I said, email me for this information. You had to email me for this information. There's some good trackers. So, I'm tracking them to the whole 10 days. So, boom, once the 10 day hit, it's daytime, boom, I go repo my joint. Got my tow truck, whatever, pulling up. I go to the car. You know, it's West Virginia, man. Good old West Virginia, man. Everything, like, they so laid back. They so it's nothing like Homewood. Like, that's where I'm from, but it's nothing like, oh man. Door unlocked, keys in the car, and he got a strap in the car. Yeah, I mean, I can't mess with I wasn't messing with no strap, so I gave it to my partner, like, he could hold it or whatever, because, you know, I ain't trying to get in that. Whatever. So, but easy peasy, man. Like, I ain't even had to tow. You know, I towed it since I had the tow car, but I drove it up on my tow truck, though. But, boom, let them know, like, yeah, if y'all want the car back, y'all got to pay me in full. Y'all got to pay the full amount. I don't know. It was the little Dodge Curve van. I charged her $4,800. I got it for, like, $2 something. But charged her, like, $4,800. You know, she paid half down. It was a good car, though, too. So, boom, they came and got it. Like, because now, once you tow somebody's car, I think, if I'm not mistaken, they got 5 days to come get it. Like I said, if you're gonna be into the whole car lot thing, you know, these are my actual little affidavit to repo something. But this is what you do when you do repo somebody's stuff. This is what I did anyway, cause you know I'm black out there. West V is not but white people out there. Like they see a black person taking somebody's car automatic. You know what I mean? and guns. It's crazy. But I'll call the police first. We'll call the police station, whatever. I'll let them know, yeah, I'm such and such from such and such dealership, and I'm about to repo my car back for non-payment. You know, so if anybody calls, I'll let them know ahead of time, so cause they might see me taking a car, but it's such and such. Then it's a whole little bull crap and all that stuff. So I let the police know before I go repo a car. I let them know, man. But everybody like say. Okay, like if you get a cool dealership dude, like this is what I was doing at first. You get a cool dealership dude, he can do the bad hair, pay her through him. Like he could do everything through him. You don't have to be partnered up with him like how I did after the fact. Like the beginning, I was just doing the little stuff. Like he'll just write up the paperwork. He'll hold the title. Like he was a good You gotta find a trustworthy one too. But he was a good trustworthy dude, whatever. Like he'll hold the title, whatever, till they payment, But make sure you have, like contracts. Again, Trump contract. It's an inside joke with these contracts and paperwork. You know what I mean? But make sure they sign a contract. This the bill of sale, whatever. Like I had sold this to somebody's people, whatever. Get the head of contract, man. Always make people sign a contract. That paperwork is so important, man. Like that trumps anything. Like I don't like paperwork. Get that paperwork, man. But that's what I'm saying. Like if you get a cool little dealership dude, you could do the bad hair, pay hair through him. Like say you ain't part of it, you ain't got your dealer's license or nothing. Like even though getting a dealer's license, like I got the dealer license through his car lot. It was easy. Like I studied it that day, probably like an hour and a half. And went to go take the test at the DMV. Passed it. First try, first day, easy. You get a little booklet to study. It's just just like taking a driver's license test. Like multiple questions and stuff. Easy, super easy. Passed it quick as hell, got my driver's license. But he got to provide all the information, be like, okay, yeah, he's part of this dealership. And I was part of the dealership, whatever. He's part of this dealership, this, that, the third. But I passed it. If you want to get your dealer's license, it's super easy, man. Like if you... I mean, you ain't even gotta be smart. Like I'm like I said, I'm jack of all trade, master of none. You know what I mean? But I retain information. Once I study, like if anybody study, they could retain that information, then go right there and take the test. But it was to get your dealership license super easy. But I don't know about out here in Pittsburgh, but I know out there you gotta have a physical spot. You gotta have like a little office space or whatever, like a little trailer or whatever. Then you gotta have like a sign so much high in the sky, displaying your dealership or whatever. But here's the thing. They, it was a loophole for me. But out there, it's crazy because if you was a felon, you wasn't allowed to get your dealership. Like you wasn't allowed to open up a car lot. But it was little loopholes or whatever and all that stuff. Plus, like I said, the last time I even got in trouble was 2004. You know what I mean? So it was, but I don't know how it is in Pennsylvania, but I'll see once I start to open up one out here and stuff. Like it's going to happen. I'm going to get one, but cause it's just easy money. It's money while you sleep, man. Like it's literally like that's the key to anything. Like, cause we were getting old. You're not going to be able to work all your life. You're not like Father Time is undefeated. So the goal to me in life is, one of the goals is make money while you sleep, man. Like you're making out money while you sleep. Like shoot, $200 a month. You already got paid for the car. That's you already got paid for what you put in the car. Then they $200. They're giving you $200 a month. You getting $200 a month. At that one time, like during tax season, that's when oh my gosh, not even a week. I probably sold like down there 18 cars. Not even, let's just say a week. In a week during tax season. This was 2 years ago. But during tax season, I sold 18 cars within a week. Like that's big though. Like 18 cars legally, like legal money. Bread. Yeah, legal money. Oh my gosh, 18 cars. We was crushing them. Cause I had a bunch of cars on this lot. Like I had a bunch of cars, yo. I crushed them. But damn, what was else I was gonna say? I don't know, but like I said, if you if you want to do that, like you get that tax money, that's what you need to do. Go ahead and flip that money, man. Go ahead and flip that money instead of buying one car with all that bread, man. Get a bunch of little cars, man. Like, hold up, I'm gonna look at my notes, cause I want to get y'all all this information, man. Like, it ain't doing me no good. Like, for real. Like, I know all this. Like, I want, like I said, my people to, like I said, people, down and out people on some struggling stuff, but that's about to come up on some bread, but don't know what to do with the money. Like, they want to hurry up and buy stuff. This is for y'all, man. Like, listen, y'all can listen. I'm trying to tell you, like, anything I'm gonna tell y'all on the Bezel Report is stuff I actually done. Stuff I like tax liens is with the houses. Like that's gonna be on another episode. It's stuff I actually done. This cleaning business stuff is stuff I actually done. Tow truck business stuff I actually done. So I'm gonna tell you my mistakes, what I did, so you could, you ain't gotta make my mistakes. That's what and that's when I watch people. That's what I look. I don't look how they succeed. I look at their mistakes. I look at the mistakes they make, and then. I don't look how they did. I do look at, okay, he did it that way, but I want to learn your mistakes. That's what when I ask, when I grill people or pick people's brains, I be wanting to know their mistakes. Like, cool, that's success, and I could, I could do whatever they doing, but I want to know their mistakes. So I want to teach y'all, like I said, I'm teaching y'all my mistakes. And like I said, one of my mistakes was, as far as messing with cars, not looking up under the car. That was one of my biggest mistakes. I think that was more than not getting the 5 references or whatever, because I always had the tracker, so I really didn't need the 5 references, but this trip I am. But that was one of my biggest mistakes. I took an L on that deal, because I done made all this bread after them 18 cars. I sold it out. I made all this bread. Now I want to go back and do it. And I lost. It was a crap. Like, boom, I took all that money. It was like, boom, I shot the crap, and I crapped the fuck out by not looking under them cars. And that's another thing. During those auctions, like I said, I'm all over the place, but because I'm just thinking of stuff. But like that auction, like when it starts getting to the end, like when it starts getting to the end, like people start filtering out. Watch those cars. Those is the cars that go through from other cars. Like say my dealership, say. Those are the cars that goes through, like, the beaters, the fucked up ass cars. Like, I done ran cars that I got beat on, like them cars that rusted out. Those is the cars that go last. Most of them cars go last. Don't ever get the cars that go, the big dealerships, like the real big dealerships, like the Chevrolets and all them, like they run them little trade-in cars. Like, get those cars, like, bid on those cars. Like, when it goes to the ass end, sometimes you get gems, sometimes you get muddy. You know what I mean? You get some muddy ass cars. Like, so watch towards the end, you might see cheap ass cars going. Like, man, you won't see some good looking cars go for like 650, 650. Like, person like me, I can make something happen off of that. Them type of cars. But if it's rusted, no bueno. Do not fuck with them. But do not mess with rusted cars. Cars that's rusted out underneath, don't run. Don't mess with them. Do not mess with them. Even when you just ban it off of somebody. Because I ain't even gonna lie. Like, I had a caddy. Like, they beat me, whatever. I ain't even getting in that story. And I don't care. But I was gonna get somebody with this car because it was so messed up. But let me see what else. Tow truck, mechanic, have a good mechanic, tracker, car. I think I touched about on everything. Check reverse, yeah, penny saver. Like, check your little local. If you got no plug to the dealership, check your little penny saver classifieds. Get them little cheap cars or whatever and sell it. Flip it real quick, man. Like, flip it real quick. Like, say right now, if I looked at a penny saver, like them old people too, they take care of their car because they don't hardly drive. Like, this one little old lady we grew up around, like, she lived, like, off of Tioga. She had, this Cutlass was so clean. It was probably like an 80-something. Them little, it was one of them 2-door Cutlass. Not little box Cutlass. Like, not the, it was, I forget. It was like an 81 maybe. Clean, white. these little young dudes around the way, man, busted. Like she dad, I guess they busted her windows to her house. She kept her house real nice and everything. They busted her house up, busted the car. Or I mean, that car was so clean. We used to, like I said, I've been into cars ever since I was young. So, you know what I mean. But it was all busted up. They messed that car up. Little young dudes, man. We ain't never did like we wasn't doing stuff like that when we was young. But it was these young dudes, whatever. Tow truck, like. I'll get in, like I said, the tow truck business. I'm going to get into that in another episode of the Bezel Report. I'm gonna say this, like, if you, like I said, once again, if you're really going to get into this car stuff, these auctions, like going to auctions through dealership, invest in some good tools. And when you go, bring your tools. Invest in a portable battery charger. Like, invest in a portable battery, because a lot of the cars, they just been sitting, so they just need a charge, or bring a spare battery, or take a battery out of the car. I don't care. Like, you know what I mean? That's what I did. Take a battery out of another car, right? Boom. So but invest in tools though. You know what I mean? And a lot of this stuff ain't hard. Like, for real. Like, I go to like, I'm an alumni at YouTube University. Like, I learned so much, you know what I mean? It's all on YouTube, man. Like, you could learn anything. Like, I just learned how to, I don't know, what is it called? I don't know, but I just learned the other day how to change one. It's super easy. I already knew it was super easy, but just, I like to refresh it, you know what I mean? You can learn, like, for real, man. Like, if you really, it's money out there, like, for real. Like, I know how to change. I just don't like doing it. That's not my hustle. I could change brakes, rotors, all that, the struts and all that. I could do all that. I just don't. That ain't my hustle. I don't want to do that. But I don't know. I might. But the local little people that be doing people stuff, they charge only like $100. Cause I know I ain't feel like doing it, so I paid somebody little mechanic on the street, whatever. He charged like $100 something. You know what I mean? But I'll charge like $200, man. For real. But that's another little hustle, man. Like, learn how to change brake. The brakes is easy, super easy. Main thing, like I said, you got to do is get a breaker bar and tool, like breaker bar, jack, all that. But the main thing, the key component, get a breaker bar. Like, you can get the ratchets and all that. That don't mean shit if you ain't got no breaker bar, cause them nuts be on there so hard. But yeah, But like I said, I'm gonna make sure of everything about the shit, whatever. But I'm gonna touch on this. Say y'all don't want to listen to me, y'all gonna do it y'all way. I want a new car. I want something with low miles. Listen, most of all my cars had high miles. As long as you change the fluids in those cars, it don't matter how high the miles get. Change them, like, for real, man. Change them fluids. Like, I got a truck right now. It's up there. Like, the miles is up there. Is up there. But I take care of the fluids. Like, make sure, and then if something go wrong with it, I get it fixed. Or fix it myself. You know what I mean? Don't be scared of those high miles, man. Do not be scared of those high miles. Like, people be like, how many miles? That's the first thing, like, a lot of, because I'll post my stuff on Facebook, blah. That's what I hate, like, window shoppers, too. Like, how much they asking all these questions, knowing damn well they ain't about to back, right? So, first thing, how many miles? That's the first thing when they gonna hit you with when you trying to sell the car. Well, how many miles it got on it? I tell them the amount. Oh, no, that's too high. Listen, yo, that don't mean shit. That don't mean nothing. If the person before you took care of it, or you get it and you take care of it, change. If it do got high miles on it, like, for real, man. Like, change all the fluids in it. But most important, like I told you at the beginning, when any type of car you get, first car you get, you just bought it, get the oil change from the door. That should be your first money you spend before you even get gas. Like, for real. I'm just playing, but you be mad as hell you run out of gas. But first thing you do is get that oil change, y'all. First thing when you get a car, get the oil change. That's it. But as long as you maintain the fluids in that car, and if something, wrong with it, you might have bad shots, whatever, control, like steering wheel on, whatever. get that fixed. But don't be scared of those high miles on cars, man. For real, I guarantee you, my high mile car probably. Listen, I know it do. Like it's like my one son's mom and shit. She beat. Boop. They saw her coming. Hit her over the head. Boom. She bought the car because it had low miles. Like bought it from a dealership. Taxed her. Little Tahoe, man. Tahoe I could have got it for like, jeez, I could have got probably maybe 3, 4. Like Tahoes go pretty high. I ain't gonna lie. Tahoes go pretty high at the auction. But what she paid for it, nah. She said she did it because it had low miles. Man, listen. Car, but she be fucking cars up though too. So I don't know. But just cause it got high miles, y'all, it don't mean nothing, man. Just take, you know what I mean, all depending on who took care of it, you know what I mean, who had it before then. But now you got it, just get them fluids changed, and then something wrong with it, get it fixed. Don't be scared of it. Hey, let me see, I'm gonna see, nice and fat, local options, toes. I mean, a lot of people might not know about this. This is my last thing I'm gonna hit on. A lot of people don't know about this. So I'm gonna tell you, get AAA. Now, AAA is only like what you pay $100. I'm pretty sure you pay $100 for the full year. I don't know if it's there because I had a tow truck. I had 2 tow trucks, and I'm gonna tell you why I ended up getting my first tow truck. But if you don't got the asset to get a tow truck, get AAA. I think they give you 3 tows, and then the rest you got to pay for. I don't know. But reason I even got my tow truck from the door, now I bought a caddy from the little bulletin board. Something like the little classified paper out West V. So I bought it. Now the car ain't running. It was a little Cadillac STS. Little black joint. It was alright. The wiring was messed up. I didn't know it then. And the guy he told me, he hit me with the 52 fake. I said, look at my hand. Boom. Hit me with the other hand. Boom. So it's cool. So I go call the tow truck people. I got AAA though. So I call them. Now, I'm just buying a car. The car ain't had no tag on it. Ain't had no plate or nothing. They tell me they can't tow it because it don't have a plate on it. I said, cuz, I just bought the car. I just bought this car. Like, I just bought it. That's why I ain't got no tag on it. But it's my car. Like, here's the bill of sale. Everything. Make sure you always get a bill of sale. Side note. But they's like, we can't tow it. We can't tow it. If I was one of the... I ain't even going to say if I was one of the good old boys. But if I was one of the good old boys, they'd tow that joint. For real. But they ain't tow it. So I don't know how I got it. I called another tow truck dude. It's my one tow truck dude. I'm talking about I just broke down out West V probably a couple months ago and shit. My control arm failed on me. Whatever. He been like he look out for me and shit. But not look out. I pay him, but he always come through. But I think he might have came and got me. But like with that, like I said, I know what it was. I wasn't one of them good old boys. But put a plate on it. Stick a little, like if you got AAA and you just bought a car and they ain't got no plate on it, make sure you put a plate on it real quick. Put a little bogus plate on it or whatever. Or ask the person, can you put the plate that you just bought it, put a plate on it, you'll give it right back or whatever. Put a plate on it because they did some shicey ass shit to me though. But put a plate on it or whatever and get it towed. Like, you know what I mean? AAA is good. You know what I mean? Shit, you paid them. That's what you paid them for. To tow your stuff. You know what I mean? So, like, if people don't know, get AAA. AAA is good to have. It's only like $100 for the whole year. Anytime you break down whatever, should they charge your battery? Like I said, I don't know about the battery charge or not, but I know for the tows, you only get 3 tows that year. Because I know, like I said, I was getting, before I got my tow trucks, I was getting AAA faithfully. And the third time they played me, because I was towing shit like hell. Like, here, tow this. Another thing, like, if you go and mess with these cars, learn how to do a lot of stuff yourself. I'm going to tell you something. Like, the crib in West V, because I thought about this when I was doing this stuff. The crib, that's probably the most I paid for the house I got. But, like, that's the most money I spent for the house. And the second most money I spent was on getting cars fixed. taking them to the shop. I had this one. I was taking them to Firestone out West V. They made a living off me. They made a living off me, man. They made a living off me. I saw everything, man. Like, if I had my own garage, I have all that bread right now, man. Like, I spend a lot of money getting these cars fixed. Personal cars, little cars I was picking up from the auction or whatever. I was always taking it to them, man. Like, I had this one good dude. He was the best. Steve, rest in peace, man. Older white guy. I got cool with him through this auto body shop dude. He was cool too. Like, he's still cool. He called me the other day and shit to check on me or whatever. But he wanted me to tow something for him and shit. I was doing tow. We was bartering. We was trading off services or whatever like that. But a lot of times, like I said, he was a good dude. So a lot of certain people I want to charge or whatever. Or I charge, I charge little bull crap. But he was a good dude. He had his own shop. He had a lift and everything in his garage and everything, man. He was a good ass dude when I met him, man. Man. And he do your shit that day, do it right. Only had one complaint. I had a Jaguar. It was a 04 Jaguar. My baby mom flipped that joint. She flipped it 5 times. She rolled my joint 5 times. It threw her out the window. She said it threw her out the window. She was pregnant with my son Kyrie and shit. She said it threw her out the window. And she landed on her feet. When it threw her out the window, she screamed. She only got a couple scratches. The car was total. And I'm gonna keep it 100. I was mad about the car. Yeah, I was mad about the car more because she was cool though. But I was mad about my car because I ain't even open it up. I ain't even open it up. I just was letting her drive it and shit. But I was mad about that car, but anyway, so that was the only car that he didn't really fix right, like when I took it to him or whatever. When I took it to him, it wasn't cool. Like, I had to keep taking it back to him and stuff. But he was a good mechanic, then he ended up dying. I'm talking about he was my plug mechanic, man. If you get a plug mechanic, he do it cheap and do it right. Man, every holiday bring him something. Him or her might have a female mechanic, but damn, I was mad as hell. Then I messed with his son. His son beat me. His son did something. That's another thing too. I'm gonna tell you this. Like I said, I just be thinking of stuff. Like, I went through thinking of my mistakes. I was bringing, like, his son started working on my stuff. You know what I mean? After his dad died, I never met his son, but I was like, yo, you doing stuff too? Boom, he's doing stuff. So I bought my first tow truck. They beat me. They saw me coming. I bought it from Mount Olive or some at this car. Like, they saw me coming. Shit. It was fucked up. A badass tow. It was messed up. But they saw me coming. Whatever. So I was bringing them work, though, man. Because, like I said, that's what I was doing. Flipping cars. Bringing them nothing but work. So I had the Saturn. I was bringing him. I brought him. Now, it was a Saturn, and the parts was really iffy. Like, it was special parts and all this stuff. So he charged me a figure that was a little too high. So. But he was going by the book, like hours and all this stuff. So he charged me a price that made me go ahead and look into it myself. Because I was just letting him, okay, that's what you're going to charge. Okay, boom, boom, boom. I wasn't looking, whatever. It sounded fair to me. And I wasn't, like I said, I knew what I was going to make off of it. And it was during that time where he got laid off and all this shit. So for him to do that, like, it was crazy. Because, like I said, you get more bees with honey than vinegar, man. So he tried to do some vinegar shit. But, so I looked at, like I said, he was like, yeah. I said, how much you gonna charge me? He said, okay, the labor time on this is such and such. He put it up there high. I was like, yeah, So I looked it up myself, because like I said, it didn't sound right. I've been dealing with cars for a minute. So I looked it up, and the labor time wasn't even that. And I, send him the shit, like, I didn't even know. That was the last time he got any of my money. Like, dude, you had a good thing. We had a good thing going. Like, you was getting bread, bro. Bro, I was bringing like 2-3 cars to you a week. And you tried this, like, greedy shit. I hate greedy people, man. I hate that, man. I hate that. I hate greedy people, man. I hate shysters, man. Like, for real. What's one thing? Nobody can ever say I ever tried to get out on. Like, I always try to put people, like, I put a lot of people on, bro. Like, I put a lot of people on. Nobody can ever say I fucked them over. There's some shiesty, like, I'm good money. Like, I don't care where you go that I ever did business, I'm good money. There's nobody that can say I'm bad money. That's why I'm like, I'm not no hater. Like, I've never been no hater. Whatever somebody can do, I swear I can do. I know I can do. So, like, if it's some basketball shit, because I ain't fucking 6'10", all this shit. But anything else, if it got something to do with money, if you getting the money, I'm never going, because I know I can do it. I done did it. I know I can do it. So, that shiesty shit, nah, because I stay away from me. Like I said, I done went through some shiesty shit just a minute. Like, cuz, like, nah. Especially when I'm good money and you got a reputation being bad money, nah. But all in all, I'm going left with this shit. But all in all, this is what you're going to get from the Bezel Report. It's just, like I said, I'm just going to teach y'all from my mistakes. You know what I mean? And if there's something that I missed, I mean, I know there's got to be something that I missed, but I gave you maybe the keys to it. But if you want to know the dealership dude to go to, you could go to him right now. I'll give you, like I said, well, I need my cut. I ain't even gonna trip on that. Like, this the game to be sold. I need my cut to take you to the dealership, like I said, because you can get a couple cars for that little money that you about to spend for that one car. And if you is gonna be in the car dealership game, like you want to sell something to your people or whatever, sell something to somebody, I'm gonna teach you where to get these trackers from, these GPS trackers and stuff, man. Do not use them for anything bad. Like I said, do not. That's just me telling y'all. I'm not telling y'all to do nothing bad with them. I mean, don't do what I do. Do right by them and shit, right? But like I said, this is the Bezel Report, man. It's just gonna be giving y'all hustle game, man. Like, for real stuff that I actually did that you can really make money off of, man. And it's basically learn from my mistakes so you don't make these mistakes I make, yo. Stay tuned. Listen, make sure y'all subscribe too, man. February Bezel. Make sure y'all subscribe. The Bezel Report, man. It'll be in the description. Download. Make sure you subscribe, like, for real. Peace, y'all.